Well, hello there. This is Justin K. Sweet coming in here, coming in nice and hot. Just thought I'd do a little live streaming just for a little while tonight. Um, I don't know. I feel like I'm bursting at the seams and just need to. I don't know. Talk to myself and let you guys listen to me. I don't know. Maybe. Um. So yeah, how you guys doing out there? If you would please, like, share, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Um, or don't like if for some reason there's something you don't like. I'm trying to become a little more comfortable on the old YouTube without all the ums and the uhs and all that stuff. So, um, how funny would it be to turn it into like a drinking game where every time someone says or especially one of us small creators, um, you take a shot. That would be funny. Um, so I, rather than seeing my hands here, let's see if I can't show something else for just a few minutes as I get things ready. Tonight. I'm actually going to be making a. I'm going to be creating a deck, or maybe not creating a deck. I'm going to be tweaking it because I've got game night tomorrow night at my local store that I'm in charge of doing. And so with that, trying to, make things happen in that regard. So let's see what I can come up with here to give you guys something to kind of whet your appetite with what's going on with Chrome Dog. At least a little bit, kind of feast your eyes, as it were. So let's see if I can navigate this well enough so you don't have to see my hands. Let's see. So share screen. Which screen is it? There he is. Okay. So here we go. So this is one of the most recent panels, or pages full of panels, I should say, that Luke has dropped off with me. And I have to tell you, that guy is a beast. And I'm not just talking about Chrome Dog. Luke is definitely on the top of his game right now, in my humble opinion. I've read, I'm caught up with all of his hybrids universe books, and man, this is a whole nother level compared. And how proud I am to have written uh, something that, and to be fair, this page, I did not write 7 panels into this page. So yeah. But I gave him carte blanche to just go and just, go in there and go ham. So this was a page that, this is a double page. There you see there's a city, and the reason it's so sparse here is because this is a very dialogue heavy scene between 2 pages where Chrome Dog and his onboard AI are kind of having a coming to Jesus moment because of some things that happened earlier in the book. And if for those of you who haven't read it, I strongly suggest you go on fundmycomic.com, check out Chrome Dog. It's 2 words, right? 2 words, uh, separated with a hyphen, Chrome dash dog, or Chrome hyphen dog. And once you click on the campaign, if you scroll down, you'll see a nice little colorful link, and it will show you where you can download the free PDF 10-page Ashcan preview, which is the first 10 pages of the entire book, which is 32 action-packed pages. Action-packed, however, there is some story. Um, it's not all action, but I try to keep the moments where it's a little less actiony. Try to keep those brief, but I'm doing my best to try to write a story that's compelling, and doesn't linger too long in the slow parts. I'm not gonna say boring parts because to me, I mean, it's easy for me to say, right? I'm the one writing it. Um, I'm not gonna say it's boring. It's just slow, right? In certain parts, and as long as it's slow enough, and I don't linger too long in those slow parts, I think you guys will be fully entertained. And if this double page spread here, doesn't keep you engaged while you're reading the words that are on the page, um, between Scratch and his AI Sally, then neither Luke nor myself are doing our jobs right. So, um, we're doing everything that we can to make this the coolest comic book ever. Um, and um, I honestly believe in my own work. I think that what I'm trying to do here with Chrome Dog, um, I would love for it to become the next, Ninja Turtles. And what I mean by that is just, um, to to be something that'll be celebrated for years to come. Whether it leaves the or whether it um, what do you call it, expands past the comic book medium is irrelevant. I think the stories that I'm doing my best to try to lay down here are going to be lasting stories. I mean, that's kind of why I'm here. So I want to grow my readership, and I want to expand the universe of Chrome Dog as well as his friends. And so I'm introducing several characters within this first 3 issue story arc. As long as you guys are here with me to carry me along, of course. And so we move to the next page, uh, and this is where this is where the conversation pretty much ends, and he kind of sees something off over here in the distance that uh, gets his attention, so to speak. And so and then there's a chase on a little bit, and so this is actually page 2. It's funny, I clicked too many times. um, but what's so cool is once we get to this page, there's and I don't want to I don't want to say too much about the sausage as it's being made, but I will say that once we get here, what I've written in the script and what is about to take place on the following pages and panels are vastly different, and that's okay. With my relationship, my working collaborative relationship with Luke Stone, we are essentially, I mean, the closest thing to it would be the Marvel method, and I think this is just our method to try to tell the best story that we can. And so once he draws all the panels, because he knows where I'm going and he knows where we've been, and so he's going to do it in the most action-packed way possible. And so I'm just going to let him do it. He knows comics, and I know story. I know writing, so I figure he knows what I want, and then I'm cognizant enough to just let him run with what we're doing. So it's exciting, man. And I know that we're already running kind of late. We're running behind, and part of that is my fault. I made certain assumptions uh, regarding activating our the colorist in a timely fashion. I was not fully cognizant of what I was supposed to be doing as far as that goes. But now everything is rolling along smoothly, and the colors should be done, as long as everything's going according to schedule. The colors for all for the remainder of the 32 pages should be completed by November 15th. And then, of course, as long as everything goes smashingly well with with uh, the lettering, we're looking at a fulfillment time frame of sometime, early to mid September, early to mid December. So I've changed the fulfillment deadline on Fund My Comic to the 1st of January. So um, and I may need to extend it. I don't know. But in the meantime, we're still funding. So if you like, you can go over there, check out the 10-page Ashcan preview download PDF, and read the book, and hopefully um, it'll you know it'll spark an interest with you, and then you'll decide to back me. Back me, and you know provide me with more working capital so we can get issue number 2 underway, because that's the thing. Like, that's the name of the game is crowdfunding, right? And crowdfunding is more than just buying a book. You're investing in a future property. um, and so I cherish every single backer. I do. I see you all as investors and customers, but definitely investors. You have taken your money and you've set it aside, and you've said, "Hey, I believe in what you're doing, and here, take please, use this to create your passion. Make the thing that you're wanting to make it real for me." And so that's what I'm intending to do here. So, because that's what it's all about. Folks like to say that we're I don't really understand the whole concept of grift. When people look at comic book creation and they say, "Oh, you're just a grifter," these are people who don't really understand the cost associated with producing a comic book, especially for someone like me, who I am a fledgling artist. I'll be the first to admit it. I've actually put my hand to that plow, and I intend to furrow my own rows of artwork. I certainly want to get to a place where I can at least competently lay out my stories. That's my first goal. I want to be able to competently create layouts so that my artists don't have to, uh, you know, don't have to rely on either themselves or someone else. I want to make things easier for the artist. And if I improve to the point where I can draw my own comic books, and bravo, I've achieved. I've unlocked the next the next level of my excellence. But in the meantime, I am hashtag just a writer who is learning to draw and learning what it is to be an indie comics creator, or creative, if you will. I like both terms, creator, creative. I am the creator of Chrome Dog. However, I just like Ringo Starr used to say, I get by with a little help from my friends. Um, yeah, Luke definitely helped me realize the overall character design of Scratch, aka Chrome Dog. Without Luke, Chrome Dog would not exist in the reality that he is now. So, um, speaking of reality, I don't know if you've seen the 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 goodness that awaits those who are backing the project, or I should say, maybe in a small portion, right? So the first 50 backers, and I don't have that to show today, but I will say that the first 50 backers were um, granted a treat of a single metal trading card. Um, and I would be able to show that right now, but the printer and I had a little bit of a misunderstanding, or assumptions, this and that, and so I've had to send them back to get them reproduced. Um, and so they're currently being printed right now. However, uh, we'll show off what every single physical backer is going to be receiving, which is this metal bookmark. Showcases the. Actually, I guess I should put that on the big screen. So bear with me here. Yeah, I pushed the wrong button. How about that? Thank you, StreamYards. Y'all are awesome. Um, I knew it was bound to happen eventually. So, but yeah. So here's the Chrome Dog bookmark in all its glory. It's metal, right? Not only is it metal, but it's two sided. Not only is it two sided, but it features artwork from the Luke Stone cover as well as art from the Aaron Lepresti cover. So just because you didn't back us at the Aaron Lepresti level, or all the higher tiers to be able to receive the full Monty, so to speak, doesn't mean you can't enjoy this and drink in this awesome Lepresti artwork. What I did over here is I've got this little line. You can personalize it. I took a grease pencil to one. I don't want to do it to this one, but in an earlier stream or somewhere, I can't remember, when. I might have been on someone else's stream, but I took a grease marker and I put my name on the one that I'm using in my comic books as I read them. Like I'll grab a comic book and I'll flip it open, and so I use one of these bookmarks. I mean, why not? This is my stuff, right? But I did order plenty, so all physical backers will receive one of these. And I'll tell you what. What's a good problem to have is if you guys can actually send me over the limit to have to reorder more like that. That would be most excellent, but no pressure. It's tough out there. I completely understand. But so there's that. Then this Tron. Then we have this. This is the metal print, and I will show you. It is not two sided, and it has some of my. This is mine, by the way. The others come in a nice little mylar bag. So this is my Lepresti print, metal print. So this is of the Lepresti cover. Beautiful. Just simply stunning. It's got his signature down there. Um, and so I ordered just a handful extra for basically for gifts. Um, I need to get his address, so maybe so I can ship him one so he can have one to go with his original art that he still has of this piece. Um, I'm insanely proud of this. So daggone cool. Um, and it's got that sheen. It's metal. Chrome Dog. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? And then here is the Luke Stone cover, um, colored by the fantastic Eric. I mean Eric. Oh my gosh, Edward Tavitas. There's his little signature there in the corner. Both of them actually. I think Luke is on there as well as Tavitas. But yeah, I mean he knocked it out of the park with this one. They both did. Uh, Between the inks and then Tavitas with his coloring, just I mean, what a way to introduce Chrome Dog, where he's looking over, and he's in the park after dark. We got this is the complete Luke Stone cover. We got the roller coaster back here, and then we've got the Ferris wheel, the two moons that surround Ringgold. That's Lux and Proximo. I mean, heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like establish that shot. Let people know this is not Earth, and it feels familiar, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm going for. I want Chrome Dog's universe, Epsilon City and the other sectors on Ringgold to feel familiar, but not be this place we call home. You know, because it's many years in the future, many moons removed from where we are now. However, they're starting to kind of deal with the things that we've had to deal with over the decades, and all the BS from all the politicians and all the stuff. I mean, their government is a bit different, but it's still when it all comes down to it, everything comes down to influence, influence peddling, money. It's and people's belief in systems, and so, and also man's inhumanity to man, as well as man's struggle with technology. um, and that I mean that's the human condition in a nutshell. We have been struggling with technology for eons. Can't even I don't even think you can quantify, can't even qualify it. You can't put a number on how long we've been striving with certain aspects of technology. Um, whether it's the plow versus the hoe. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, what do we value more, human labor or humans' intellect to be able to cause us or allow us to take more leisure than labor? So there's this interplay between leisure and labor, and maybe I don't know, as I'm speaking that, maybe that'll be the next Substack post I put up. Um, yeah, speaking of that, I am on Substack. Agent Zero takes on the world, or Agent Zero takes on the world. However you want to interpret it is how it is. I do enjoy those kinds of puns and entendres. I still don't know how that's spelled. Entendre. It's like he has an entendre. Like, what is that? Um, Tonight is Wednesday night. It is 6:09 my time, which is central. I live near Nashville. Nashville is a wonderful city, or at least it used to be. Now it's become quite the urban, uh, what's the word? Epicenter for all things bachelorette party ish. It was a charming town. It was certainly Music City. I'm not sure what to call it now. There's music, and it's a city. It's becoming an even bigger city. People are moving here every day, bringing their politics with them, for good or for ill. It is what it is. But at the same time, they're becoming Tennesseans. So I love Tennessee. I do. I still love this state with every fiber of my being. I'm so glad that I'm a Tennessean. I could have, it's funny. I was born in Idaho. I could have been uh, an Idahoan. But the more I kind of like pay attention and kind of study how Idaho conducts themselves, or I should say the citizens of Ohio, listen to me, Idaho conduct themselves, the more I understand, um, they're not too terribly different from Tennesseans, um, politically. But then again, I mean, I'm kind of a different breed when it comes to politics than Tennesseans. Um, I mean, this is a red state. Actually, for me to say a red state is for me to say that Tennessee is a red state is an understatement. For those of you that keep track of colors, um, when it comes to politicking, um, I miss the days when politics meant more. Actually, politics meant something a little deeper than just what party affiliation you're a part of, or what cultural affiliation you're a part of. Uh, Politics used to mean the way in which you kind of navigate a human influence sphere, right? So, like, for example, within Comicsgate, there is a certain level of politics involved that have nothing to do with whether or not someone is a Republican or a Democrat. Instead, it has more to do with how well you get along with others, what you're willing to concede or compromise in order to for the good of the many in the movement, so to speak. Um, my hope is that we just don't turn it into a bowel movement. I don't want that. I certainly don't want that in the minds and hearts of the people that we're trying to proselytize into our little group. And what I mean by that is simply that we are, fandom first, right? Right. The whole birth of the Comicsgate movement, or what I like to say is Comicsgate Coalition. If any of you have read my recent um, Substack post, I like to think of us as a coalition. We're a coalition of creatives as well as potentially a coalition of uh, fans. You know, uh, we're we're not. I don't believe, or I don't see us as being a monoculture, like how the rest of comicdom would want to be themselves, right? And the way that they characterize us, they try to say that we ourselves are monoculture, and mainly that's projection because they themselves are a monoculture. They see things in stark contrast to how they believe, and they think that if no, if people don't see things the way they do, then they're anathema and they should be shunned and kicked out and never to return. Blah 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 blah. It's us or them kind of situation where I think, in my opinion, in this corner of the internet, I think and I don't think it's disingenuous for me to say that in our corner of the internet we are inclusive in the ways that they would only dream to be. We allow people to come in and breathe and to um, be who they are. Um, we we don't tend to um, tolerate unkindness for too long, I don't think, but for the most part, we kind of bear with folks, and allow them to kind of express themselves the way they want to, I suppose. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. So, yeah, these are cards, card sleeves. Oh, by the way, this is Flesh and Blood. This is a really fun card game. Not at all endorsing, or well, I'm endorsing this. Not at all a sponsor of this video, but if you want to check it out, uh, check out FAB. That's fabtcg.com, and that is Flesh and Blood's. That's their website. Very cool little game. Uh, Heavy. It's not a light one. I'll give you that. But man, these are a bunch of. Whew, yeah, that's right. It's a bunch of bulk that I was given the other day. I need to kind of go through and see what I need and what I don't. Um, so what I'm trying to do right now is, yes, I'm tweaking a deck because tomorrow night we have game night at work, um, our public facing game night event, and I want to make sure that I have a good deck to show up with so that I can win prizes that I myself am giving away. um, just I mean, because we play fair. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, okay, well, I want to be in the top spot because I want to win. I'm not good. I'm not good at any card game. I just like to play, and you know, I'll hit my head against this wall for a while, and then I'll switch to another game where I'll hit my head against a wall, and that's okay. It's no problem. Um, it's for me, it's the love of the game. It's love of playing games and enjoying the time that we have with each other as fellow humans. You know, um, and that's if I could ever point to something that is my mission in life, it would be to. Sorry, I'm trying to do like two things at once. My multitasking has taken a back seat to. Uh, I mean that was earlier in the day. I yeah, I gave all of that. Like I left it all on the field for the company that I work for during the day when it comes to multitasking. And so right now, I don't know what I thought, what I was thinking, but I wanted to. I had an itch that needed scratching, and here we are, right? And that itch was to be able to share my hobby of card gaming with you guys, as well as just to kind of chit chat. And whether someone shows up in the chat tonight, I mean, whether they show up or not, I'm still here, and I'll be here at least until um, Lady Zero gets home from her new job. So, um, but So I will do my best to entertain you with conversation, because I have a certain gift of gab. If I can keep the ums and the ahs out, which some ums and ahs are going to happen because I'm sitting here trying to think about what I'm doing with this deck as I'm expounding on certain points I may or may not have made in my Substack post. So that is and was a thing, is Substack. Which, if you guys haven't heard of Substack, especially you writers in here in Comics Gate and or Iron Age, I mean, seriously, it's the medium that's designed for us, right? um, those of us that have a certain knack for being verbose, or having a certain ability to write, or want to write, or try to get our points across and stuff like that, it's definitely the place to go to do that. And in time, depending on how much your output is and how much you plan to offer, whether it's, man, that's so slick, I want to put that in the deck. I love foils. Can I just say that? Like this is so fun. That is such a cool daggone foil right there. I love it. Anyway, shiny things, right? Like a fish. Oh man, I need to go through this and actually separate what's what. I need to organize it for sure. I'm looking for a specific card because I know that I don't have it in the rest of my stuff, so I'm just kind of distracted by looking for that. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is just, oh my gosh, chef's kiss. I mean, um, what the heck was I talking about? Um, yeah, Substack. So, so there, there's places for folks to go when you're an artist. You show off your artwork on something like ArtStation or Instagram, or whatever. Um, but ooh, penetration script. I haven't seen that one before. That's cool. Dang. The but for us writers, and those of us who are not super keen on creating YouTube content, at least not right now. That's oh boy, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent on it, because I do have something to say uh, before I interrupt myself here. Um, but I definitely I want to say this. I want to say that I think YouTube is here for people who can use YouTube to the best of their ability, and to who actually have a knack and a desire to make videos. That's what it's here for. And if you can use it to promote your comic or to promote other creators uh, in a communal way, so be it. But in the meantime, you know, while you're spending all that energy creating the videos, editing the videos, doing live streams and all that stuff, like this time that I'm spending right now, that's why I'm spending the time that I'm fiddling with my cards to do my live stream, because this is time that I'm not creating. I'm just relaxing after just a hard day at work, to be quite honest about it. Um, wow, it's a red gigawatt. That's nice. Hmm. I might yeah, I definitely need to put that in my deck. I think. I don't know. It blocks for 2. That's bad. Yeah, recharge 2. Yeah, it's blocking. It's bad. Um, but the thing is, like, you get in where you fit in, right? And so if you're spending all your time and your energy on these platforms, that's time and energy you're not spending creating the product that you're wanting to put out there, right? So for us writers, if you're spending all your time trying to learn a new skill and then applying that new skill, creating videos, creating, online content and da 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 and all this stuff, you're not able to actually produce the thing that you're here to produce, right? And so distractions abound in that regard. And it's so easy to get your eye off the ball. And then there it is. That is what I was looking for. And I'm pretty sure I don't have this one, so I'm going to set it aside. What did I do with them? Oh, yeah, it's in that stack right there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I was missing that one Big Bertha blue. So makes me happy. That looks cool too. I like foils. I'm a sucker for a fun foil. Um, but yeah, so when you're on, so you're expending all this energy, doing all these things. I know this is gonna sound so bad, but um, it's almost like we're in a rat race, right? And it's being dictated by those that came before us because they found a way to solve the problem or solve for X. They found a way to fit, to make a way to sell their comic, and X, Y, and Z. But your mileage may vary. It's you really got to get in. I love to use that phrase that Eric July popularized, in my opinion. Man, look at that. That is just too cool. Where he says, "Get in where you fit in." Of course, he's using the context of his. Uh, uh, I was going to say crowdfunding campaign, but it's more of a pre-order campaign. His, pre-order campaigns. He likes to say that, and I'm just looking at it from a creative process. Oh my gosh, that autosave script, man! What? These are such awesome little. I don't know. This is just hitting me in the cyberpunk slash steampunk. Of course, this set doesn't really do steampunk justice. It definitely looks all very futuristic, but I'm going to tell you that the early stages of these same characters and stuff, they were very much cyberpunk. I mean, steampunk. So it's believe it or not, it is a thing in the Flesh and Blood universe. But back to what I was saying, uh, I'm trying to find my way, but in the meantime, I have a fully, a relatively, I'll say it's fully funded based on what my public goals were, but I would have liked to have made more money, not because I want to line my pockets, but because I have other projects that I want to, get started with so that I don't have to request or, don't need as much to get them quote unquote funded. Right. Um, and so, because if the goal is to create comic books and to build a readership, then I see myself currently. I mean, I see myself as successful because I feel like I have done that. And even though we have not, the book does not yet exist in the form that it should for my backers. Okay, we're well on the way, and it will become a thing. And once it becomes a thing, then I can actually have something to show people. I can physically hand them, Chrome Dog #1 is like, boom, here's a book. You want to buy it? It's $5 or $6 depending upon the platform, right? And that's it. Um, people who back me, you're paying for more than just the book. You're paying to help me produce the book, and that's what stretch goals are for, is for like rewarding, the many for, coming and sticking by me, in my time of need and request, as it were. There is so many cards in this deck that do not need to be here. And it's all because they're from the new set, and I'm thinking, okay, there's other cards that could be in here. They're just not. And so I got to try to figure out what I want to do about that. The 0 to 50s are fantastic because they're zeros. I'm probably going to add the yellows because I can. Let's see. So yeah, let's see. I've always wondered about EFAPing, and I don't know. Maybe I could try it. Maybe I could try a video. I don't know. I've just never, I've never done it. I've watched many, every frame a pause videos, by different people. I don't want to ever come off as biased, I guess, maybe is my thing. I'm not here to stir drama. I'm not here to try to alienate anybody. I'm just here to just be one of the group, and to get along and have fun with my fellow humans. All right, so we got Data Link is a 0. That's nice. I like the zeros. I think zeros are really nice. So maybe I need to find a yellow Data Link. That would be really cool. Then we got Dive Through Data. That's a solid card. I mean, Dare to Dream, that we have a yellow. If I could find a yellow Dive Through Data in that nice big stack that I had a while ago, and a yellow Data Link, like, that would sew me up so much. Rev Up, this one costs less. Rev Up's pretty cool, but it costs 3. I'm not sure I like the whole hyperdriver thing. I mean, if this card would say, it costs this this less per hyperdriver, that'd be different. But I don't think there's an attack that does that in this set. Scrap hoppers, I'm not interested in those. I want things that boost. They boost. Give me boost. Okay, telekinetic field, or techlonetic. Let me see. That's items, Evo stuff. Okay. All right. I'll just put that on top of that. Oh, here, let me throw some music on here. Music that I know won't get me copyright struck, which, by the way, today Luke was he was drawing Chrome Dog, and he was, let's see. Let's try this one. Oh boy. I mean, I guess we'll keep it. That's fine. He was just drawing along, doing his thing, multicasting across different different platforms, and he got struck on YouTube and didn't even know it. And I was like, dude, you got struck on YouTube. And he's like, what? And about that time, he's like, okay, well, I'm out. Because he had other things to do. But yeah, it was kind of cool. He was drawing dog stuff. Here, let me, I guess I'll present. Let's see. We'll go, I'll just, because I mean, I'm sure you guys don't want to just keep looking at these cards. It's boring, right? So maybe I'll throw it on here so you can you can just take a look at the cool artwork. Let that mesmerize you. I don't know. Or maybe I could put on like one of my guilty pleasures is to play. I like to listen to music while I work all day, and so I'll throw it on one of the YouTube radios. And so, like, for example, I could probably show this and it won't cause any problems. So let me just put this on here. Let me see. And, of course, the audio that you're hearing comes directly from StreamYard, so that's not even a thing. But this is, yeah, this is the little, so there it is. And I guess we could go, actually I should have, because I'm showing all kinds of links at the top. Dang, what do I do? Control, no, it's just F11, that's right. Cool, all right. So there you go. Put it on live, there we go. So, you got something to see, got something to watch while I'm looking at these cards. A little more exciting than just looking at cardboard and plastic sleeves, right? I don't know if that's the song I'm gonna listen to. Let's see. Yeah, this one's nice. Little kind of a lo-fi feeling song. But yeah. Yeah, I'm working on this little deck here. Pedal to the metal, says the lot. I'm trying to think. I should probably pump it up. Oh, dropped a card. So, getting back to the topic at hand, or somewhat back on the topic at hand, I was talking about using platforms for your benefit, and with YouTube becoming such a hotbed for controversy, right? It's like people just love to take the drama and they love to farm it as much as they can. And whether or not the intentions of a creative are doing that sort of thing, it still comes across that way, or at the very least, their followers take it and run with it, and they themselves turn it into content or something that they themselves can help generate beef with other followers of other people. And I think that's all just so messed up. I really do. I think I miss the days when, as a nerd, we would argue about, the finer points of, like why Spider-Man, I don't know, shoots webs out of his hands, right? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a good example, and I'm failing miserably. Look at that. That's like so cyberpunk. It's not funny. I love it. Okay, so I got the yellow dive through. I need a yellow data link. Boom! We got the yellow data link. That is exciting. So I will set those to the side there. So we got Big Bertha. We got a blue Big Bertha. That makes me happy for sometime in the future when I'm making some other deck. Just not this one. So I have a full play set of that. I have 3 blue crankshafts from this set. Yay. Yada, yada, yada. So that's a thing. Okay. Now, Sprocket Rocket. These are 0, worth their weight in gold, I think, because they get a +1 if an item or equipment was banished. That's good. So Data Link full full on gonna make it happen kind of data link situation, and that's cool. Oh, all right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So with all these beefs that creatives have, each creator and slash creative is they develop their following because that's what we're told to do. We grab an oar, we start our channels, and we do our thing, right? And so if you're an artist that's been around a long time, and you've established yourself in the minds and hearts of the fandom, you're going to have your followers. And if you're a YouTuber who has been around a long time and you've established yourself in the minds and hearts of your followers, you're going to have people following you and doing the thing along with you, and they're going to support you in everything that you do. For good or for ill, they're just going to be right there with you, lockstep, no problem. However, the trouble happens is whenever, as creatives, we have what should be private conversations, and we hold them in public. And we don't actually hold them in public with each other. No, instead we talk to our followers and put it out there for the public to see while we kind of talk to ourselves, amongst ourselves with this stuff. When I say selves, I'm not even talking about the other party, the other offending party. And so it causes a bit of a strife between the followers because they believe that they should stand up for their side and hate on the other side, when all the creators had to do was just keep everything on the down low, not bring it to the surface, because if it's a business thing, then keep that business close. It's not for anyone else's. It's not anyone else's business, so don't make it theirs. And I know that's kind of, I don't know, it's a hard thing to swallow for some folks, maybe. I don't know about these pedal to the metals now that I'm looking at them. And they give it dominate, which is good across the board. Yeah, I'll probably keep them in there. Keep the throttles. Dive through data. Pretty solid card. It's not expensive. That pays dividends right there. So I think that's going to be good. So do that. But and so these sprocket rockets, right? They're zero cost. That's cool. 0 to 50s are cool. I feel like I need a blue sprocket rocket. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a blue sprocket rocket. Are we going to find one? Let's find out. So being an indie creator and having these open beefs like we do, I say we, I don't have any beef with anybody. People may have beef with me for whatever reason. If they do, they don't say so publicly. But that's okay. You're free to have your opinion about other people. That's fine. We're all different. Kind of, keeps things interesting and exciting, I suppose. I probably already overlooked a blue sprocket rocket while I was thumbing through these. I'll try to go back through again. But in the end, we're all just trying to produce something awesome, get it out to as many people as possible so that they can at least know about it. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? I'm not here to expect that Chrome Dog is going to be everybody's cup of tea. Because some people, they want hardcore violence or sex or something that is not designed for 10-year-olds. and which is what I'm trying to accomplish with Chrome Dog, if I'm being honest. So, hey, Duck Bacon, you're my ride or die dude. Always coming around. Yeah, that's fine. You said that you just got notified. That's fine. I mean, I'm not. I did an impromptu stream. I have to admit, I don't know. I just missed doing this. I saw the opportunity and thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go live. It's all good. I was also, I'm kind of killing some time because I may be able to hang out with some people that I normally do so on Thursday nights. But my my wife started her new job, and so yeah, she'll be home here shortly, and then I'll probably have to abruptly end the stream. I have no beef with you, but now I'm hungry, says Duck Bacon. Well, then, sorry. Hopefully you can scrabble up some duck bacon. Not that you should eat yourself, but eat. I don't know, eat something delicious. I ate much earlier. I'm on this intermittent fasting kick, and so I'm always eating. I eat early in the day, and then I don't eat again until breakfast time, which is early. So it's like early breakfast, early lunch, and then pretty much nothing. There's nothing for dinner, and I'm losing weight, and so it's great. When I started, I was at around 260, and now I'm at 215. So I say, bring it. Let's do this. But now that you're here, Duck, he's laugh emoji. Yeah, really. So now that you're here, I was actually showing off some Chrome Dog art. I may go back to let me see if I can stop sharing. Show off a little bit of what I got going. Maybe I should just do the screen. Hold on, let me present window or screen. Yeah, okay. I'll do it that way. There we go. So that way I can just throw it up on the screen. No problem. Boom. There it is. Cool. That works. So yeah, this is the double page spread that I initially put on the campaign as a reward for those who want to buy the original art, but I've since taken it down because even though I did pay extra to have it, I thought, with everything else that's going on with Luke and his rehabilitation and Fund My Comic and everything else, and I'm just trying to get the book done. I thought, you know what? He can do it at his leisure, and I'll just take the art and keep it. And if at some point I decide to sell it, well, then by golly, I'll put it on as a reward and someone else can own it. But until then, I will be the one who has exclusive rights to said art. Yeah, I agree with you, Duck Bacon. Freaking beautiful. I totally agree. As I said earlier, in this stream, the reason it's so sparse on here is because, believe it or not, this is a conversation that's happening. So while Scratch, aka Chrome Dog, is making his way across the city, he's having a conversation with Sally, his virtual assistant that's been installed in his memory banks, if you will, and they're having a bit of a come to Jesus moment. And he's essentially laying down the law with her because she kind of flubbed a few things earlier in the story, and he's setting her straight. So rather than having them sit around a cafe, right, like sipping coffee like Marvel Comics likes to do, um, I thought, how cool would it be? I was definitely inspired by, although I should be a little more mysterious and say I may or may not have been inspired by Pitt. No, seriously, I was inspired by, I think it was Pitt. Uh, Shoot, now I'm blanking. It's either Pitt number one or Pitt number two, where Pitt is jumping from building to building, and as he's doing that, um, he's having a conversation with this consciousness that now kind of lives with him in his mind. It's another alien that actually, I don't even know how it works, but the guy essentially died on this ship, but is now a part of his. I don't know if it's like a spirit. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but he's able to carry on conversations with him. So that's what he does. And so with that, I thought, how fun would it be for Scratch, because he's got to get across town. He's dropped off Sarah with a friend, and some other stuff took place, and so he's got to get across town because he's got a job to go to. And so here he goes, and they're having a conversation, and the next thing you know, I'm trying to be slick about it. There it is. So here's the next page. And once they get there, he's like, okay, boom. He finds what he was initially looking for. So and so yeah, I don't think. Okay, I guess I do have the next page, so that's cool. So yeah, so about right here, just to kind of fill you in, Duck, or Mr. Bacon. Right about here is where the script, in the way that it's written, stops, right? So like this is, so everything up to this point is where like everything is on point with what I've written, and then from the next page on, Luke has decided to take what he's made up to this point and just run with it. And so I told him, I was like, go ahead, go ham, do the thing, because at this point I want to say, let's see, now this says page 20, or ashcan 28, it's code basically, but this is not page 28. If memory serves, this is page 26. So we've got 6 pages to get from, so if this is 6, we got to get to 32. So we've got, 6 pages, or I guess maybe 5 pages to get to the end of the book. And so he's just taking it and run with it. And then I'm just going to take the rest of the script, and I'm going to readjust it based on the art that he has provided. Because I'm going to tell you, the pages that he provides, like all these panels, I did not write these panels. Like these panels are not a thing in my script. I actually went with less panels, and I can actually I can show you the inspiration for going with less panels. Just while I'm on the topic, trying to keep things flowing and moving and entertaining, as it were. Let's see. I will come back to my screen there, but I took a page from Garth Ennis, right, in Welcome Back, Frank. These pages, 3. So he's got 3 panels, 5 panels, right? 4 panels. In here he's got 5 panels. So he kind of alternated. There's 3 panels, 4 panels, 3 panels. So I took a very panel heavy script and kind of shrunk it down and decided, okay, well, I'm gonna put everything into more succinct, smaller chunks to be able to tell the story without so much trying to make so many panels, because this isn't animation here. I'm learning this stuff on the fly, but I see what's working and what doesn't, and I don't, because I don't want the dialogue or the things to interfere too much with the art. I don't want it to be stilted. um let's see. Yeah, that does not belong in this deck. I Yeah, I decided to limit the amount of panels. So he says, I dig less panels for artistic reasons. Yes, I do too. However, as you can see on this page, and even in the subsequent pages, he's like really going hard with the action, and he's able to convey in so many different panels exactly what's going on there, which again, I don't think he knew exactly where my brain was. But what's funny is we're on the same wavelength 100%. And I'm over here looking. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to show you. It's so funny. Luke and I are collaborating at such a level, apparently, that it's almost like he's kind of read my mind in some way. Or maybe we're just vibing on the same level. But check it out. So this here, I've decided, because of Bruce Timm, my other stories, I want to do storytelling like this. Okay, here we go. I want to do more storytelling like this. I mean, this, lots of panels, right? You don't need a whole lot of detail. I also like the cartoony style, but we'll curb that for now. But I mean, look at that. You got 6 equal panels, and then this big one at the bottom. And generally, I mean, there's a certain symmetry throughout the book, right? And then I want to try to find a nice 9-panel grid that he did that I love. And so like that, like I'm totally down with that, I mean, because it just flows, just boom, 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 one to the other, one to the next, one to the next. You don't need a lot of information to convey exactly what's happening. And then boom, like that, right? So you go from dot, 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 and then a nice little full page with an inset. Like that, that's the stuff right there. Like that's what I like. And so with that, it seems like Luke is kind of tapped into that in his own way without my direction, mind you. Like he's just taken what we're doing here and just freaking going, for lack of a better term, balls to the wall with it. And that's the thing. He accused me of being of thinking too much like a writer, right, instead of an artist in a way. Or he says, you're thinking too much like a writer, and guilty as charged. Bear with me. I've got a text message. I'm multitasking. Although a while ago, before you showed up, Duck, I mentioned that my multitasking was given out all day long, and here I am at home, and I should not have to multitask, but here we are. And it's 1 hour and 9, almost 10 minutes in. I'm trying to decide how much longer I can go. We'll see. Yes, Sunday. Okay. So yeah, so okay, so let me go back to, okay, I'm all about create the art, the process, no matter how many panels the fluid motion is going to support. Absolutely, I'm with you there, 100%. and it's, not just motion, but also like being able to convey the story. Just the right amount of dialogue, not too much, not too little, just enough. Like I'm obsessed with that. Like I want to make it just enough, and I feel like I've accomplished that in the first 10 pages. But I welcome anyone to try, to actually like give me an honest critique of what I did in the first 10 pages of Chrome Dog. In which, by the way, you can do that if you go to fundmycomic.com. You click on one of those colorful little links on the campaign. You'll be able to download a PDF Ashcan 10-page preview of Chrome Dog #1, which is the first 10 pages of the 32-page story, and then that way, you guys, folks can, even weigh in the comments here on this video or any of my other videos. It's fine. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at Justin K Sweet, which I'm actually thinking I'm going to try to go over. I'm going to look into some other things with some other of the platforms to try to make everything say Justin K Sweet. We'll see. Ugh. But anyway, so earlier, platforms. So maybe the idea is, if I'm trying to grow my readership, is to grow another platform, like maybe one that's not so public, right? So what if I focused on growing? I mean, it's obvious I've been plugging the heck out of my Substack, and I'm which I'm not gaining subscribers right now, but that's fine because I haven't been writing as often as I should be in that. But at the same time, that's one platform that I'm definitely keen on expanding, because that's my thing. Writing, I love the chance to write more, to get a chance to write more, because writing is tough, and anyone who tells you that it's easy is just flat out lying to you. Seriously. Here, let me see if I can find a decent song. Yeah, I don't know. This one sounds kind of, let's see. Maybe this one's all right. But yeah, anyone who says that writing is not tough is lying to you for sure. Writing is difficult, and it doesn't matter how many years you've done it. Certain aspects of it may come a little easier, but it's just like drawing does not come easy, even for those who have been seasoned professionals. Writing does not come easy, especially when you're trying to write well. I mean, I'm not here to say that my Substack is the bomb or anything, but at least I'm, giving it the old college try. So, having said that, maybe what I should be doing is trying to expand my Discord and become more involved in that. And instead of doing public live streams like this, Discord's nothing. Like you just stream on Discord, and people can pop in and they can see what you're doing and this and that. Maybe that's an outlet that I can explore. I've had a Discord for a while. I haven't promoted it in quite a long time. But that's certainly is a possibility, and not to mention, like, that is, you want to talk about reach. I mean, that's unless they mute the server. I mean, that's a captivated audience, right? So they're captured, as they say, market capture. Let's see, Instant put this on the bottom of its owner's decking. I need more fuel injectors, methinks. This one here looks kind of interesting. Steam canister, maybe. Hard to get rid of. The boom grenades, those gotta stay. I need to have some items in this deck. Let's see. I think patience is key for any platform. Absolutely. And as I was saying before you entered the stream there, buddy, the thing about it, all right, so I think I'm going to ditch these blue Hadron Colliders. Yeah. Well, no, not the blue ones, the yellow ones. I'm going to ditch those. Um, the thing I would say is that um, what the heck did I say? Brain operating on fumes, thinking and doing two things at once, three things at once, if as it were. I think patience is the key for any platform. Yes, I agree with you. What I was saying earlier about YouTubing, right? I just made it a word, YouTubing. If people are YouTubers, they're YouTubing as they're YouTubing down this information superhighway river. Um, actually that looks like a really cool spread there. I don't know. Maybe I ditched the blue hadron colliders altogether. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Because this deck should not be an item heavy deck. For those of you out there who know, uh-oh, I'm hearing I'm hearing somebody. I'm hearing my wife. So that means this means Lady Zero is home and it is time to go. Have you thought about having people on to discuss comics, just comics? It seems there's very few who actually do this. You know what? Let's put a pin in that. Let's go ahead and like just kind of tack that to the wall, and I will say that we will carry out this conversation perhaps between you and myself, Duck Bacon, on Instagram. But in the meantime, everybody out there, enjoy our wild America.